Hey Kidz Church, it's so good to see you. My name is Jack and this is Jill. Say good day, mate.
Good day, mate.
Yeah, so good. We here in the Flag Animal Farm in Salt Rock. It's going to be amazing. Come check it out. Hey kids, here we are at the Flag Animal Farm. We're going to be talking about God using the unusual to do great things. But first, let's go see some unusual things.
Hi there, old chicken nuggets. It's me, Carl.
And I'm Andy.
Welcome to Grow TV.
Welcome to Grow TV. Hosted by Carl. Where we have fun with our friends, talk about Jesus, and go over everything the Bible has to offer. Now once again, welcome to Grow TV.
I can't wait.
Hey, Carl.
Hi, Andy, how are you?
Good. I'm good.
You gonna ask me how I'm doing?
Sure. How are you?
Good, I'm so good, I'm so excited.
Excited? Excited for what?
I thought it was obvious
What?
that I would be searching for the most elusive and sought after creature on the planet.
Tony the Tiger?
No, of course not. I'm talking about Bigfoot.
Bigfoot?
Yes, Bigfoot. It's now my mission to find him. Or her.
You mean the mysterious 8-foot creature that lives in the mountains and never been caught?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, even if Bigfoot was real, what makes you think you're qualified to catch such a huge, mysterious, and unusual creature?
How about a letter from the guy who's in charge of the government?
You mean the president?
Yep.
Well, if that was the case, I'd probably believe you, but I highly doubt the president of the United States would ever even... Wait, that letter's from the...
President of the United States asking me, Carl, to lead the search for Bigfoot.
Wow, Carl, I'm blown away. That's, I'm sorry I doubted you. That's crazy.
No worries, Andy. I know it must have seemed pretty unusual. And that's our theme.
Yeah, you definitely pulled a David on me.
Yeah, sure. Wait, a David? What does that mean?
Well, the story of David when he was anointed as king, it was very unusual for many reasons.
Oh, in what ways?
Well, let's look in 1 and 2 Samuel.
A David was a king, right?
He was one of the most famous.
Well, who was the king before David?
Good question. He was a man named Saul.
Oh, I remember him. He was the first king Israel ever had.
That's right, but unfortunately, Saul was not a very good king. But God was going to give Israel a new king.
All right, well, now it's time for King David. You better watch out, King Saul. There's a new king in town. Well, what do you mean, well?
Well, yes, King David was a warrior, but before he was known as King David, the great warrior, he was known first and foremost as young David, the shepherd boy.
Whoa, really?
He sure was. King Saul was handsome, he was tall, he was a good warrior. He was basically exactly what you think a king would look like.
So you're saying I look like a king?
Yeah, Carl, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Carry on, my little subject.
Well, God told Samuel, one of the prophets, that it was time to anoint a new king.
What does it?
What does anoint mean?
It was a special ceremony type of thing that people would do specifically for people who were picked by God or anointed by God.
Got it. So God told Samuel it was going to be David?
Not exactly. God told Samuel to go to Bethlehem and find a man named Jesse.
Hey, I know someone that was from Bethlehem. It was a name, it was like started with J.
Is it Jesus?
No.
Okay, you keep thinking about it. Anyway, when Samuel got to Bethlehem, he found the man named Jesse, and he found all of his sons, except for the youngest son, and his name was David. But David wasn't there.
What was he doing?
Like I said before, he was a shepherd, so that means he was out taking care of the sheep.
Awesome. So what happened next?
Well, when Samuel realized that none of the sons there were the ones that he was sent by God to anoint, he asked Jesse if he had any more sons.
So they went and got David?
They sure did, and when Samuel met David, he knew that he was the one that God wanted to be the next king.
That's so cool. So that's the end of the story?
Not even close. You see, David was around 15 years old when he met Samuel.
Wait, what? 15 years old? A king can't be 15 years old? That's a child. That's a baby boy, Andy.
That's what made this so unusual. Not only was David really young, but he was the youngest son, and he wasn't even a warrior like Saul. He was just a boy who took care of sheep.
And he's going to lead the whole kingdom of Israel?
Yep, and this was just the beginning of the amazing story of King David. He became the greatest king in the Bible and a man after God's own heart.
Jesus.
Oh, right, the greatest king after Jesus, of course, yeah.
No, I remember now. Jesus was born in Bethlehem, so...
No way.
Okay, you're right. But how's that possible? Were they related?
As a matter of fact, Carl, they are, and Jesus was born into the family line of David.
Wow, that's unreal. There's so much about David that I didn't know.
Well, good for you. We'll be talking about David all month long, but you know what, Carl?
What?
You know how I didn't believe right away that you were chosen to be the leader for the search of Bigfoot? Well, people found David being chosen as king to be just as unusual.
I guess I never thought about it like that. David was definitely a questionable choice. It's kind of cool how God chooses people that you wouldn't quite expect to have such important jobs like running the kingdom.
It is very cool. I mean, in the Bible, we see all kinds of people that get to do amazing things for God. People who had no remarkable skills, people who had physical challenges, people without impressive backgrounds, people who might seem unlikely to do great things, but God uses unlikely people.
Amen to that, sister. Wait a minute. That's our big idea. Today's big idea is God uses unlikely people.
So let's say it out loud on the count of 3. 1, 2,
Two,
3.
three. God uses unlikely people. Yeah. Good job, everyone. Andy,
So I'm curious,
about what?
how do you expect to find a Bigfoot?
Andy, one does not find Bigfoot. Bigfoot finds you.
Okay, and how will Bigfoot find you?
I will be using the Bigfoot call, of course.
Oh, how do you do it?
Let me show you. So basically, you have to put your thumbs kind of like that, you know, gently cup your hand, and you just kind of like it's a tight squeeze, but not like too tight. Just kind of like and you just kind of you open it up a little, and you just go here, Bigfoot, here, Bigfoot.
Well, I don't see how that won't work. Have a good week, kids. See you next time.
Thank you for watching, and tune in next week for a new episode of Road TV.
Hey guys, my name is Kidz and we're hanging out with the sheep, much like someone in our next story did, in the fields. In 1 Samuel verse 16, we read about how he goes out and he finds the next king of Israel. Samuel went to a family of many brothers, tall brothers, smart brothers, strong brothers who were warriors. But none of them became the next king of Israel. Instead, he called upon David in the field, the most unlikely candidate, the smallest of the brothers, and he chose him to be the next king of Israel. That's what God does. He goes for the unusual people, the ordinary people, to do extraordinary things. God doesn't look at what's on the outside. He looks at what's on the inside, the heart, and that's what matters.
Where are these explorers? Oh wait, there they are, kids. Why don't you come meet them? You know what's amazing is we're in a paddock with a horse named Xena. Apparently she's a beauty. Let's go see her. Here's Xena. Hello Xena, how you doing? So good, eh? Well, this is the Kidz crew. Hello Kidz crew.
Hi, Jack!
The explorers. My name's Jack. This is...
I'm Kidz. And I'm Andy.
And I'm Uncle Justin.
Uncle Justin. It's gonna be great. Hey, we're gonna go see some more animals. Why don't you stay tuned?
How amazing was that? We're in week 1 of our new series, Unusual.
Yeah.
We got to meet our kids crew of
Hello.
explorers, and they showed us how God uses unusual people to do extraordinary things. And so I love that. If you're feeling a little different, that is okay. We're different too.
Yeah.
God likes difference.
Fun fact, guys. Did you know that pigs are afraid of heights?
What? That's an unusual fact.
I know, but so am I.
And so guys, we'll see you next week Sunday. Stay tuned with our unusual series, and we will see you next week Sunday at church. Bye.
Bye.
I stand before you now. The greatness of your renown. I've heard of the majesty and wonder of you, King of heaven. In humility I bow as your love, in wave after wave, crashes over me, crashes over me. For you are for us, you are not against us. Champion of heaven, you made a way for all to enter in. I have heard you calling my name. I have heard the song of love that you sing. Oh, so I will let you draw me out beyond the shore into your grace. Oh, your grace, as your love, in wave after wave, crashes over me, crashes over me. For you are for us, you are not against us. Champion of heaven, you made a way for all to enter in. You make me brave, you make me brave. You call me out beyond the shore into the waves. You make me brave, you make me brave. You call me out beyond the shore into the waves. You make me brave, you make me brave. No fear can hinder now the promises you made. You make me brave, you make me brave. No fear can hinder now the love that made a way. As your love, in wave after wave, crashes over me, crashes over me. For you are for us, you are not against us. Champion of heaven, you made a way. As your love, in wave after wave, crashes over me, crashes over me. For you are for us, you are not against us. Champion of heaven, you made a way. Champion of heaven, you made a way for all to enter in.
Who am I that the highest king would welcome me? I was lost, but he brought me in. Oh, his love for me. Oh, his love for me. Who the sun sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God, yes I am. Free at last, he has ransomed me. His grace runs deep. was a slave to sin, Jesus died for me. Yes, he died for me. Who the Son sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. I am who you say I am. Who the Son sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child